Hello, everyone. Thank you guys for coming today. So today we have a really interesting lesson that was requested by one of my students. But before we get into the lesson, of course, please subscribe if you haven't yet already. That way you'll know when I go live, when I have new lessons, everything like that. And I post every single day, so there's always a new lesson for you guys to see. And on Facebook, we have a Facebook page. If you can like the Facebook page, follow me over there. I do go live Monday through Friday. Okay, so let's jump into today's lesson. Today's lesson is the difference between these two words, used to and would. Used to and would. How do we use these? And are they the same? Are they different? Okay, so first of all, when do we use used to and when do we use would? Okay, well, they are used to talk about things, usually continuous habits that happened in the past but are no longer true. Okay, so let's jump into the big whiteboard where we can better understand the difference between them. Okay, so these are important to know because we use them quite a lot when we talk about the past, right? So used to and would, you need to know the difference between these two. Okay, so I have some examples of when we use these and when we can't use would, okay? So used to. When we talk about past actions that are no longer true. So past action that is no longer true. So when I was a kid, we used to go fishing every weekend, something like that. So when I was a kid, we used to go fishing. It was a habit. It happened more than one time. It happened over a period of time, but I no longer go fishing. So we could use I used to go fishing. Okay, we can also use used to with stative verbs. So if you don't know what stative verbs are, I have a whole lesson on stative verbs, so go search for that. But stative verbs are things like, feel, love, things like that, okay? Stative verbs. We can use used to with stative verbs. I used to like, I used to feel, I used to belong to, okay? We'll get into this in a little bit. Also like permanent actions, stative verbs. So things that happened permanently for a long time. I used to work for a company. I used to work for a company, okay? Used to is a little bit more casual. We often use it in speech, okay? When we're having conversations with people, we often use used to, okay? Now let's look at would. Would. Are they the same? Can we use them in the same ways? Well, so we use would for past actions that are no longer true. So same as used to. So habits that you used to do that you no longer do, okay? So in our example, I used to go fishing every weekend. We could also say, I would go fishing every weekend. That is totally okay. We can use either of them in that sentence. However, when it comes to stative verbs, we typically don't use would. Okay, I say typically because there's always exceptions to the rule, and maybe there is one that you might find, but typically would is not used with stative verbs. So for example, I used to like broccoli. I used to like broccoli. Okay, we cannot say I would like broccoli. If you said I would like broccoli, it sounds like you are politely asking for some broccoli right now, okay? So we do not use would with stative verbs typically, okay? However, if there is a frequency adverb plus a stative verb, we can use would, all right? Here is one of the exceptions, okay? So, for example, a stative verb, feel. Feel is a stative verb. I feel something, right? I feel hungry. So I used to feel hungry. I used to feel hungry every day at 1 o'clock. Random sentence. I used to feel hungry every day at 1 o'clock. Okay. If we use feel, a stative verb, plus a frequency adverb, so frequency adverb, sometimes, always, usually, never, things like that, we would be able to use would. So I used to feel hungry. I would always feel hungry at 1 o'clock. There we can use would the same way as used to, okay? We'll look at that again in a second. All right, and just a note that would is a little bit more formal. So if you're reading a novel, if you're writing something, usually we use would, okay? Used to, a little bit casual, would, a little bit formal. All right, so now that you know the basics, let's try and answer these 4 questions, okay? So we're gonna use either used to, would, or sometimes we can use both of them. So let's see how well you understand the difference, okay? We'll go over it a little bit slowly so you can understand. All right, number one. Every weekend, we study together. Every weekend, we study together. Would you use used to, would, or both of them? What do you think? Write your answer in the comments, okay? I'll give you just a second. All right, the answer is every weekend we used to, and we could also say would. Both of them are okay. So every weekend we used to study together. Every weekend we would study together. So this is a past habit, something that happened over and over again, but is no longer true. Okay, so we could use used to or would. Either here is fine. Okay, let's take a look at number 2. I like that music as a teenager. I like that music as a teenager. So, teenager, if you don't know, is somebody who is between the ages of 13 and 19. So, when they have the age that ends with teen, 13, 14, they are a teenager. So, I like that music as a teenager. Used to or would? All right, are both of them okay? Who knows? Okay, did you write your answer down? So the correct answer here, there's only one. I used to like that music. I used to like that music. Here, like is a stative verb. So we cannot use would. I would like that music as a teenager. So if you use would here, it doesn't sound like you are talking about the past, okay? Number 3. He know her phone number. He know her phone number. Would we use he used to? He would? Are both of them okay? Write your answer in the comments. Let's see if you can get this one right. Hopefully you can. All right, there's only one correct answer again here. The correct answer is used to, used to. Okay? He used to know her phone number. Why can't we use would in this sentence? Well, because know is a stative verb, okay? He used to know her phone number. So we can't say he would know her phone number. If you use would in this sentence, he would know her phone number. It doesn't sound like you're talking about the past. So keep that in mind. It has a different meaning. So if you're talking about the past, he used to know, he used to know. So that's kind of a permanent action. He was knowing, right? He know. Okay? He used to know her phone number. All right, number 4, the very last one. Let's see if you can get this one right. I hope you can. She, something, always understand difficult topics in class. She always understand difficult topics in class. Let's see. What do you think the correct answer is? She always understand difficult topics in class. Okay, did you write your answer in the comments? All right, so the answer for this one is she used to or would. Either is okay in this sentence. She used to always understand difficult topics in class. She would always understand difficult topics in class. Both are correct. So if we look here, understand. Understand is a stative verb, right? It is a stative verb, okay? We don't say I am understanding something, right? So it is a stative verb. Why can we use would if it's a stative verb? Well, because we have a frequency adverb here, always. She used to always understand difficult topics in class. She would always understand difficult topics in class. If you use a frequency adverb, an adverb of frequency, you can use would, all right? But be careful, because if there's no adverb of frequency, we cannot use would, all right? So I hope you can understand the difference between used to and would. I hope this lesson made it a little bit easier for you. Remember, these are the general rules. English has a lot of exceptions to the rules, so don't get frustrated if you make a mistake or if you see something that contradicts what you've already learned. Don't worry, okay? So if you have any questions, please write them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them as soon as possible. And I can't wait for the next lesson with you guys. If you have some suggestions or requests for lessons, you can always write them in the comments. I'm always taking notes and writing down what you guys say. So yeah, please leave any suggestions in the comments below. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching today's lesson. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. New lessons every single day. And also Facebook Monday through Friday. All right, so I'll see you guys tomorrow for another lesson. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. All right, bye everyone.